good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this broadcast. I'm extremely glad that you decided to join me today. It's time now for our 9 for 9 with me, Pastor Carzadean. Won't you come on in? Let's get some words of wisdom, praises in, prayers, and worship. Come on in. Let's get started. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Everything will be all right. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in this morning. Everything will be all right. Good morning. Somebody come on. Everything will be what? All right. Yes, somebody needs this morning that every single thing, every single hope, every single desire, every single need is going to be all right. All you have to do is believe, trust. The word of God says trust. Guess what? Trust and obey. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not to your what? Own understanding. Trust. God sent me a different route this morning. Trust. 9 for 9. These 9 minutes have to count, people. Trust. Somebody needs to know that you've got to believe that everything will be all right. No matter what wall you're facing, guess what? God can tear down the walls. Oh my goodness. Positivity. Stay focused. Stay positive. Stay encouraged. Encourage somebody. Give somebody some positive notes. Come on. Wow. Even when you're at your lowest, if you begin to feed into somebody else to encourage them in a positive manner, that thing will build you up on the inside. Oh, wow. Everything will be all right. Look at yourself in the mirror and say, hey, everything will be all right. Look at the person that you're walking past. Hey, everything will be all right. Sometimes we're walking up and down the streets. We're in the stores. We may be in the mall, maybe in our cars. We don't know what the person next to us is dealing with. We don't know what they're going through. But sometimes just that smile. But sometimes when we say good morning, you never know. Just look at that person and say, hey, everything will be all right. Sometimes we can see distress and disturbance on people's faces. And sometimes many of us can mask it really well. But if you just look at a person sometimes, everything will be all right. If you're overseeing or an overseer over persons, you're an authority on your job. Hey, that person who's struggling, who's having a hard time getting it right, who's having a hard time doing the job the way the job needs to be done, sometimes maybe just write them a little note before you write them up and say, hey, everything will be all right. Just hold on. My senior pastor, Pastor Thorpe, used to say, hold on, don't let go. I'm yet holding on. I'm not going to let go. You got to hold on until the day is done. You got to hold on until God says it's over. Guess what? It ain't over until God says it's over. It ain't over until God says it's done. You've got to live every day believing that everything will be all right. That situation, that circumstance, that relationship, that fall through, that fall back, that fall down, that I've fallen and I can't get up. You can get up because he'll pick you up. And guess what? When my brother or sister falls, I'm going to reach down and I'm going to pull them up. And I'm going to say everything will be all right. It may hurt. It may not feel good, but everything can still be all right. Do you know that? The end is not yet come. It's near, but it has not yet come. So while we're yet here, we're going to trust. We're going to obey. We're going to listen, encourage, We're going to keep our hands in God's hands. We're going to hold on to the unchanging hand. We're going to help each other out. We're going to listen sometimes. And we're going to learn. You know, many times when people are calling us, when they're reaching out, they don't always need to hear us. Sometimes they just need us to listen. Sometimes they just need a human factor. You know, we talk to him all the time. But sometimes somebody just needs that human, that person near them, next to them, on the other end of the phone to just listen. They don't need you to explain what's going on in your life when they're telling you what's going on in theirs. Everything will be all right. You know, you can listen and gain everything that they're going through. Empathize and sympathize, pray, stay steadfast with them. And all you might need to say is, everything will be all right. Well, somebody says, I'm afraid of saying everything will be all right because what if the situation turns for the worse? But guess what? Everything will still be all right. You know why? Because he said he'd never leave us nor forsake us. He said he's right there with us. Wow. Everything, I tell you, will be all right. Wow. Jeremiah 29:11, Proverbs 3:5, Isaiah 41:10, Romans 8:28. And we know, I'm going to read that one, that all things, I told you, everything, all things work together for good to them that love God. Oh, that's the key. Wow. And are the called according to his purpose. You know, wow. Life is bumpy. It's not always smooth. Wasn't always smooth for our moms, our dads, our grandparents. Wasn't always smooth. There were some bumpy roads, some hills to climb, but we made it. How I got over. See, I can take y'all back to some old hymns. How did I make it over? You know my soul looks back and wonder how I made it over. Oh my goodness. Many of you are thinking that this morning. How did I make it? I didn't think I was going to make it through when I lost my mom. I didn't think I was going to make it through when my husband ran off. I didn't think I was going to make it through when I was being abused. I didn't think I was going to make it through. COVID hit my home, my household. I didn't think I was going to make it through because somebody else didn't make it through. But you know what? Jeremiah 29:11 reminds each and every one of us. God says, I know the plans I have for you. Not plans to harm you, but plans of hope in the future. So even when death comes, when sickness comes, everything will still be all right. Because you know what? We're living past what we're seeing. We have to live beyond where we are right now. We're going to go out of this world. Oh my goodness. But it won't be the end of what we're living because our soul shall live on. Wow. 1 Peter 5:7. I hope you catch these and you go grab them. Ephesians 6:11. Everything will be all right because every day we need to do this. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Put on everything that you need to put on. When you get up and you dress in the morning, you put on every garment that's necessary. That's the way you got to do with that armor. Everything will be all right, people. Listen, somebody's dealing right now. Somebody's heavy. Somebody's happy. You know, this thing goes full circle. Sometimes we're in, sometimes we're out. Sometimes we're up, sometimes we're down. Sometimes we kind of feel in between. But everything, I promise you, because I believe and I can testify and I know, even if you see me cry, guess what? I still know in my heart, in my spirit, in my mind that everything is going to be all right. Well, that's my 9 for 9. I'm not even going to go over time with you this morning, but I'm going to do this right here. I've got my trust cup. So while I'm getting me some trust today, I'm going to trust him. And I need you to trust that he is a rewarder of you who seek him. Seek him while he may yet be found. Go ahead. Have you a cup of this trust in your cup of positivity. God bless you.